Hello, everyone. Welcome to Buzzin' with Barb Live. It's Thursday, May 15th, 2025. My name again is Barb Ryder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you for joining me. I am just taking a quick look. It looks like I'm here. Hi, Sue. Hello there. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for being here. And if you're just joining, make sure to let us know that you're here. I'm going to try to find the comments again. I have my, okay, give me just a second. Technology stuff. Why is this not showing up? Okay, well, we're gonna have my phone again this week. It seems like every week I have to have the phone, but hello, hello. Hi, Sue. Hi, June. Welcome. Let me turn this down just a tad so it's not echoing. All right. So, hope you guys have had a great week since we were together last Thursday. I actually um, had my team meeting and we had some fun samples. Some of the girls went to an event in Hobart, Indiana, I think it is. Anyway, Taryn that's on here is one of them, and so they shared their swaps, which were pretty cool. And you know what? I have my swaps from our team meeting, but I have them out in the big room instead of my little craft room where I'm crafting at. So I would have to run out there and get them. Hello, Bobby. Um, but I've got good stuff to share with you. So let's take a look. What is that? Something just popped up and said, invite people to subscribe during your live video. I've never seen that before. That's funny. Hi, Margaret. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to try to keep my phone where I can see these comments. Okay. All right. So I have, I put in the comments that we are going to be featuring one of the new stamp sets or bundles. Some of the other items that are in the full suite, but I don't have everything from the suite. So I can't feature the full suite. Who else just joined? I am glad you guys are here. I'm just trying to see. So, with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera and we'll get started. So, let's go to here. There we go. And I'm going to turn this light down so there's a little more light on our project, I think. I'm going to try. Anyway, there we go. I'm still up in the corner here. Thank you for sharing. I do appreciate that. All right, there we go. All right, so yes, actually, give me one thing. My face will disappear for a moment. There we go. I just want you to see the full pages. Let me see if that I see what happened. Okay. Beautiful motifs. This bundle right here is what we're working with today. I also have done some embossing with the damask folder. And then this paper, I am featuring some of this paper along with, it is called the Woven Textures paper. I'm going to be featuring that. So hopefully these will be two cards. I'm going to make two cards, and they will be cards that you will be able to replicate and enjoy using. All right, so let me move this out of the way. By the way, this bundle is, well, it says 1 and 2, but you can get it in the bundle. So make sure that when you're reading all the information about the bundles and stamps and all those good things, that you can get bundles, you can get individual, you can get the whole thing as a suite with one number also. Where is the suite number? It must be on a different page. Did you guys know that? Here it is, right here. Here is, you can get the whole suite for $139.25, which includes both stamp sets or both dies or bundles, excuse me, bundle and bundle, the folder, the embellishments, the ribbon, and the paper. That's what a suite consists of, which you might already know those things, but if you're new watching, I just wanted to share that information. All right, I'm going to switch the camera back so you can see me up here in the corner still and see what we're going to be doing. Let me move my catalog. All right. The first one we're going to do, actually, it's going to feature Secret C, which is one of the new in colors. And what I have here, let me grab my ruler. So we're going to start with the easier card. A lot of times I try to start with the easiest card and move to the more progressed card or a little more involved, I guess. This is Secret C, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, or you just fold it in half and you run your bone folder to fold that. So, okay, that is the base. For the inside, I have a piece that is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to attach that right on the inside, just using my Stampin' Seal. Okay. Let's put that right kind of center there. Make sure I stay in the camera. Okay, so that's the inside. So here is the beautiful motif. And if you wanted to stamp something on the inside, you could. I did not stamp, use any of the stamps to the inside. This is one of the cards that we did at our team meeting, which was Tuesday. The second Tuesday of every month as I do my team meetings. Now, this is, I think, 4 by 5 1/4. Yes, 4 by 5 1/4, and I've already run it through the embossing folder. Look at that pretty detail in that embossing folder. Can you see that? It's gorgeous. And then there's a deboss, yeah, I don't know which one is considered deboss. This is the raised side, and that's what I want. Okay, so this is going to go on the front of our card. Sue says, I have gotten some great compliments on that card. Oh, good. All right, let's go like this. And this. What card, Sue? Oh, tell me, what card do you mean? The one that we just did at the meeting? Okay, so that is our front card, or the front of our card. Now we're going to do a couple things. Now this is a 3 by 3 of one of the designs from that designer paper. This is actually going to, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I always try to stamp before I put things together. However, this time I'm going to maybe try something different, than a little bit different than what we did at the meeting. I don't know. I'm going to see. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to stamp Thinking of You, and that is also, that's right here in the stamp set that we're featuring. Let me grab it. Thinking of You. We're going to use the Secret C. And this is polymer, and I just want to make sure I get a good image, so I'm going to grab my mat and stamp on that, just so that I have a little bit of cush there. Making sure I'm right side up. Okay, Thinking of You. And I'm just going to bring that kind of right here. Stamp that down. Thinking of You. I don't know if it, hopefully it's not crooked. No, I guess it looks all right. All right, clean that up. Now, what I wanted to possibly do different is, let's close this. I'm done with this So super easy card, but it's gorgeous. This is our ribbon. This is the Secret C. So my thought was, the reason I didn't want to put it down is I thought, well, what about if I bring this around and I put a little bit of ribbon on there? We could do it in the Secret C, or let me grab, oh, what's it called? Cloud. Well, where's my ribbon? I don't see it. I know I have it. I'm not finding it here in my ribbon twirly thing here. Okay, well, oh wait, here we go. I just didn't go around enough. Here is the Secret C. Hi, Shar. Welcome. It's storming in Wisconsin. Oh my. I thought we had like this just a very minor downpour this afternoon, oops, or evening, whatever you want to call it, after I got home from work. Okay, I have not opened this yet, and I'm trying to get the paper so I can open it. There we go. I don't know if the cloud cover might be too light. What do you guys think? Okay. There is the cloud cover. And that will be going on to there. Alrighty. Or should we do Secret C? Tell me what your thoughts are. I'm just gonna, before I cut it and tie it, I just want to see which one probably looks best. I'm thinking the Secret C. What do you think? I know that there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm gonna wait. Which one should I use to do a ribbon? What do you think? Secret C's better? It seemed like it shows up a little better, I agree, on the background. Anybody else have any thoughts? Secret C? Yep, Secret C. All right, we've got two, so we'll go with that. I'm kind of thinking Secret C. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're just going to bring this around, and I'll show you the card we did at the meeting so you can see the difference. All righty, here in a minute. And you know, I think it was last week. I don't know. It seems like every time I tell you guys I'm going to show you some samples and I have them right where I can show you, I forget to show you. So hopefully I won't forget today. That is a little more than I need. So I'm going to pull this back. Yeah, Secret C, I think, is the winner. We're going to do that. All right. So an easy knot, which is kind of like a faux bow. Let's go around here. If I can get my fingers to work. Gracious. It would probably be a much easier process if I would go ahead and just cut this ribbon before I'm trying to do all this. And I don't know what I got going on here. There we go. Gracious me. Okay, let's cut this at an angle. Alrighty, just like that. And like I said, this is a super easy card, but this ribbon is pretty easy to use. It's a different texture than ribbons I think that we've had. Whoops, too close there. There we go. In the past, it seems a little different. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to pull this up a little bit so that it doesn't cover my sentiment. See that? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm trying to think. Should we pop that up? I think we're going to do it flat because I do have some gems that we're going to put on here. And that's just kind of going to go in the middle. It does cover up some of our beautiful embossing, but that embossing just really pulls out the cloud cover color that is in this designer paper. It's gorgeous. That bow really sets it off, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so crooked. Hang on. Barbara, you're seeing crooked today. I guess I didn't push that down very hard. That's a good thing because now it's straight. There we go. All right, so let's put some gems on here. Now, I don't have the gems that were in um the suite. Like I said, I didn't get everything from the suite. But I have these gray, these are the basic gray and smoky slate pearls, and they really are very nice with this designer paper here. So let's pull these out and let me just see which color looks the best. There are some more silver, kind of medium color, and then the ones that kind of look like cloud cover. So I think I'm gonna go with those. Let's see. All right, let's get your pick tool here. Well, hi, Jackie. Thanks for being here. You're from Ontario. Welcome. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of these. I don't have, are these the, let me grab, they've got the different sizes here. I think that's the right one. We'll just go like that. And we'll just do 2 right there. So that's card number 1. Very beautiful, very easy. If you need a quick card, there you go. Okay. Now here is the one. I got this in a swap, and I apologize. I don't have the person's name, but I did get this in a swap, and this is how she did her card. And so we copied this one using the gray pearls at our meeting. And you can see I shortened this a little bit. I felt like I wanted to see a little more of the embossed paper. So being in swaps is so nice because you can copy and put your own twist on it. Hi, Diana. Thank you. And so, yeah, so there you go. There's the comparison. Okay. This is the swap, and this is what I came up with. All right. So that is a very nice way to use that designer paper. Well, a lot of things from this suite. So, okay, let's grab the next things that we need, and we're going to be using some dies. We're going to use this die from the beautiful motif. Now, these are the dies that come in the bundle. These 2 dies do not cut out this particular image altogether. Okay, it doesn't completely come out of the paper, I guess is the best way to say it. This is a standalone die, and I have a sample to show you that uses that one. And this is a standalone die with a beautiful leafy fern look. Okay, so I've got this die. And then we are going to use this is from, so I'm using a combination here. These are the new rectangles that are in the suite with the woven texture paper I said that we were using with this. And I do not have them over here. Sometimes I feel like I'm so unprepared, and then other times I just like, oh yeah, I've got everything right in front of me. That's what happens. All right. Let me grab what we need for this card. We are going to bring our little mini die cut machine in here. Let me just tell you what we got going on. We have crumb cake. And again, I'm going to go ahead and just fold this and score it with my bone folder, 8.5 by 5.5. Okay. Then we have a piece of white, and this piece is for the inside of the card. And again, it is 3 3/4 by 4, so that's going to go on the inside. Then I have another piece of Secret Sea, because that is one of the beautiful colors in the designer paper from the suite. This is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then I've chosen this piece of designer paper, 3 by 4 1/2. Okay, we're going to use this to cut out, for our dies. So I've got my little machine right down here handy, and let's go ahead and bring this up here. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me do this first. You're going to take this side up of the designer paper. Okay, we're going to lay this down, and in this particular size you just have a little frame around the outside. Okay, so what I want to do is, actually I'm going to do it this way, and so you can see. I'm going to lay this down onto here, and I'm going to use some washi tape and make sure I have this down. And I want kind of equal on all sides. I want this, we're going to use the outside edge. That's the whole plan. Okay, and I thought for sure I had washi tape. I thought I brought it over here. I did. There it is. All right, let me grab some more. I want to tape it down because I don't want it to move. And since this is not a magnetic, I just don't want it to move. But I have lots of washi tape from Retired Stampin' Up! Stuff. And so that's what I'm using. Okay, let me get this back where I want it. There we go. And I'm going to tape this down. And then next, before I run this through the machine, we're going to take this die and I'm going to lay it down. It fits right inside here, and I'm going to put it at an angle, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to make my sandwich, because now I'm ready, and you need plate 1 and both plates 2s when you use your little mini die cut machine. And lay that in here, making sure I'm still good. Okay, and then let's just crank this through and get these going. There we go. This took me a minute. I hurt my wrist. I don't know what is going on, but oh, just certain things, the certain movements shoot a pain up my arm like you wouldn't believe. I don't know what is going on. So let's hope it is not something I need any kind of real help with. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to type, and I work front desk, and I'm always on the computer. Ow! At work, and I just bent it and did that. Okay, let's get these out of the way. All right, so here is our piece that's extra. You want to keep that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this side, the opposite side of that. Okay, then here, when you pull this die off, there is no, it does not, well, let's pull this out first. Okay, see that beautiful edging there? All the rectangle dies that come with the oh, I don't know what it's called. It's in a bundle. But anyway, all of the rectangle dies are awesome. Now, this is what I want to show you. This does not pop out. This does not come out of the paper. You have very particular, very specific leaves that actually can pop out. Alrighty. All of them can pop out if you want, but they will not come out of the paper. Does that make sense? How many of you have this die already, this bundle? It's gorgeous. It's a great bundle. I love it. Okay, so see what you can do there? You can have some dimension in your card by popping these up. So before we go to the next level here of what we're doing, we're going to do a little bit using the blending brush and go back to this Secret Sea. Let me see. I've got a piece of scratch paper that's pretty used up here, and we're going to need to use that. So I'm going to lay this down on this side because we're sponging this side. I'm going to push those back down, okay, where I kind of lifted them up. I'm going to see how much is on there. There's quite a bit still on here, so I'm not even going to put it in the ink because we use this at the meeting. Like I said, we use this at my meeting. The whole idea is to just give a very nice hue, light hue of blue. Now, it doesn't look like there is enough here. Maybe. I'm just going to keep swirling and see. You can see the difference in the color. I think I need a little more. You have this bundle, Sue? It is great. Yeah, this is one of our projects, so hopefully you'll like it. All right, let's go here a little more with color. And here, you just got it in the mail, haven't used it yet? Well, it's great. I can tell you that. I actually, I have one other sample with this bundle. I haven't played with it a whole lot except to create these cards. This one for, whoopsie, I got a little heavy right there. That's not what I wanted, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to pull a little more up here at the top and just off to the sides. There we go. Now, if you don't have a blending brush, you could use a sponge dauber, but you don't want to get too heavy with the color. You can get very easily get too heavy with the color. So there we've got kind of a hue of Secret Sea. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do before I go to the next step, this is also just a note. This is from the word set here. And let's go ahead, ink that up. That way you can use this for any occasion. Let's go about right there with just a note. I'm just trying to think here. Okay, we'll do that on the inside. Okay. Next, I'm going to clean that before I throw it in my basket. Clean that off. All right. Next, we're going to use, we're going to set this aside for a minute. And we're going to go to the next part of stamping, then we'll put everything together. Crumb cake. Okay, this is going to get put on there in a moment. We're done with the sponging. We're going to take our base and we're going to use this squiggly piece that is in the stamp set. I'm inking it up and then stamp off. And then I'm just going to go around the edges with this design. It's noisy. And of course you want to make sure that you are, you know, switching it up so that you're not doing everything the same shape or going the same way, I guess. At first I thought, how would I use this? But then I thought, oh, well, this will make a good kind of a good way. Oh, I squished that right in there, didn't I? Oh, well, that's okay. All right, so that's what we have. I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do it a piece for the inside here. I think, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, it's going to go tall, so let's do this and this and this. I don't know. Just to give it something. I need a little more down there. It's not quite enough. There we go. Just to give some interest on the inside of the card. That's all I'm doing. Alrighty, there we go. All right, we're done with crumb cake. And clean the stamp. Hey, thanks for joining. I see more of you are on here. I appreciate you joining me and all of us this evening. We got to grab a couple more things out of the basket here. And this. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. Now, I mentioned that we're gonna put this on the inside. So let's just do that and get it out of the way. And let's do this. Okay, that's the inside. Now, for this right here, here's what we need to do. And for this, I'm going to grab my silicone mat, my fabulous tool I couldn't live without. What we're going to do is we're actually going to take this frame. I don't need this at the moment. We want the darker side up, okay? So I'm going to lay that facing me. And then I want this side to be the front. So that's going to go right in here. Now I think I shared this little tip with you last week using the framed scenes. Okay, so I'm putting that back inside so that it seats in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to catch the frame and the other piece just like that. So that my dimensionals part on this little tiny strip and on this piece, okay? All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay these down so that they're connected. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I am connecting the pieces together here like that. And let's go right here. This way, it's all one piece when you are ready to layer it onto the secret C that we're going to do here in just a moment. Here's a strip. Okay, I'm just using the outside edges of my, oh, that's already cut, Barb. Oh, and that is too, but I couldn't tell. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to put one here in the corner. The whole idea is you don't want your dimensionals outside of your frame, okay? Because you don't want it to show. So, all right, almost done. Let's see. Let's go like that and a couple more here because I want this frame to stick on here. I want it to stay. Oops, I got outside the edge, Barb. Just like that. Let's see if I can get it up without ripping my paper. Very just slow, and I'm kind of twisting it and pulling it, and that way it's not. I saved it. Okay. All right. So that's what we have so far. Now remember, some of these pop out, and I want them to stick up. So what I'm going to do is take my little mini dimensionals. So there is a purpose. If you don't have both dimensionals, you really need them because they both have specific purposes. All right, so I'm going to take a mini glue dot. I can see right here is one of my leaves that I want to pop up, and I'm going to double the dimensional, okay? You'll understand why when I put this on here. You can do it with one, but I thought I'm going to double it and see how this looks this evening. All right, so that's doubled, which makes it higher than these. That is exactly what I want. Okay, so there's that. I want right here, this one. Come on. So let's take that off and get another one. Well, that didn't come off. There we go. This is the tedious part, just to do a few of these that are doubled. If I can get a hold of the, I'm going to go ahead and pull off the backs while we're doing it, because while I'm dealing with it, it's the easiest thing to do. So this is the fussy part. All right, let me get this. All right, so there's those two. Let's see. Let's do one more right here. I can do a double right here. This one's kind of big enough right there. Okay. All right, come on. Oh my gosh, there we go. All right, let's get these off of here. And then now we're going to be ready to add this to our layer of secret C. Lots of dimensional backings laying over here in my craft area. Just throwing them over to the side. Oh. Okay, almost Boring. This is boring. I'm sorry. If you're watching me on YouTube, thank you for being here. I appreciate you checking out my channel. All right, I think I got everything off. Yes, I do. All right, look, get out of the way. All right, let's put this on here. Since all the stickies are off, let's go ahead and just make sure that we have kind of equal edges. Here we go. Whoops, whoops, whoops. There we go. I think I got it. Okay, I did. All right. Now, when I push these down, you will notice, okay, this one is not stuck. Okay. That they're sticking up, and that's what you want. You want them to have some height from those dimensionals. See that? Now you could take your pick tool or your fingernail and pop out a couple of these other ones. Just bring them up with your fingernail. But when they get mailed, they're going to pop back down in there. Except for these that you've got the dimensionals on, they're going to stay lifted. Okay? So that is our layer. And boy, I got way over on one side than the other. See that? It's a handmade card. I guess it'll do. All right, we're not done. One more trick is we have the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers that go with our new in colors. I have Secret C. And I took these embellishments, which are the natural matte dots, and there are white. Well, guess what? We're going to color. I colored two of them. I'm going to show you. I don't know how easy you can see that. Let me see. Let me do this. Maybe you could see them. No, I don't know if you can see them any better. What we're going to do is we're going to take our alcohol marker and we're going to go ahead and make another Secret C. And I'm taking the brush tip end. Now, I like to get around the edges, and so holding this and just taking the tip of my brush and just going around the side of my embellishment ensures that I have the side colored. Okay, then I'm just going to go on the top and color that in. And it's that easy. Okay, so now white embellishments, and you can use the alcohol markers on, what do I want to say, on almost all the gems, especially the rhinestones. That's what I want to say. The rhinestones are really pretty using different color alcohol markers. So let's go ahead and put these down. Let's get this one. I think we'll put one right here. And the little one, maybe right there. And the other big one kind of there. Okay, so there we have that. We have one more little embellishment to put on here. And that is our Secret C ribbon. You guys know that I like to do fun stuff kind of out of the box, right? And got adhesive on my thing here. So you could do one of two things. You could take this, you could do a nice little knot, and you could glue it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this about that much. Alrighty. Basically, you just need it big enough so you can tie a knot. But what I'm going to do, move this so you can see against the lighter color here a little bit. I'm going to take my scissors, and there's a binding here and a binding on this side. I'm going to cut those bindings off. Okay, I guess I need some ribbon scissors here. Because my paper scissors didn't want to work well. Okay, all I'm doing is cutting this so that I can get the binding. I want the binding. Since I don't have twine, that is the color, and this is just as easy as me. Oh, that is not what I wanted to happen. I just cut that in half right off. Okay, Barb, we're going to try this again and pay attention better so that I don't cut my binding. I just cut it right off, and I need it this length because it won't work otherwise. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you have little extra, if you cut it wider, all you have to do is just run your fingers and get all the little strings out of there. And it might be a little tedious, so it's up to you. Another thing you could do is if you wanted to just cut the ribbon right in half, and these little foo-foos that are still hanging on there that are kind of big, that's okay. Those are going to be fine. Man, that really is frustrating. Okay, let's grab another piece and cut this off. You guys have probably seen me do this before, but there's so many things you can do with the ribbons. Okay, let's get these fuzzies off. See how the fuzzies are coming off on the here? And the binding part of it, that won't fray. You know, it just stays there for you. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Two different pieces. They're two different sizes. We're just gonna put them in a knot if I can. Let's see, bring this toward the middle a little more. Okay, think it's gonna work. First I thought, oh no, it's too small, but it's not. I hope you guys don't mind the tedious work that has to happen in some of the creating here. Okay, let's grab it through the hole. Come on, come on. Yay! I did it. All right. See there? That's what I have. That's it. That's what I worked so hard for, but that's okay. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this and I'm actually just going to kind of fold it over a little bit so it's not so spread out. And I need my mini glue dots here somewhere. Here they are. I'm going to take this one and I'm actually going to kind of roll it into a tube. You can't hardly see it on my finger, but I'm going to put it right there. You guys probably guessed what I was getting at here. And this is just going to go right onto that. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to trim this just a sliver. Okay. That's what we have. We're ready to put this on the front of our card. And it is complete. Right? And then these little squigglies just give it that little bit extra texture on the card. Let me bring it up a little bit so you can see. Can you see that? It's really cool. There's so much more. You could sparkle it. You could do all kinds of things. So, you don't recall seeing me do this before? Oh, well, good. I'm glad it's a new tip. But I do like trying to create something different with the ribbons. That's our two cards, but I don't want you to leave yet because I do have some samples to show you before I give you the final cards here in our screen. I do have them right here. So I remember I said that I had another card sample. This is one from the swap. This is Denise Will. This is the piece that's a standalone cutout right there. She used the two-tone cardstock, looks like basic black actually. I love that. I'll show you my swap with the two-tone cardstock in just a moment. This is actually in the other bundle of the suite where you stamp it and then you can cut it out. And then these are extra pieces in the other bundle that are standalone. This frame is in the other bundle that coordinates in that whole suite. Here is the basic beige ribbon that coordinates in that suite. So beautiful card. I like that. Okay. So there's one. Now here are the other two cards that we did at our team meeting. And we're using the sunrise. This was the sunrise sailing. And I kind of combined it with the one that I used last week. Framed scenes. Okay. And here's what we have. So here's the card, and this is what it looks like. That was one of our cards. This is just one layer. This is one layer stamping. There's nothing that's raised on the front of this card. So there's that one. Very nice. Basic gray, all basic gray ink except balmy blue. And this is Darling Duckling, just what's it called? Blending brush. Did a blending brush just to make that sun. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like that. Basic beige for the sail in the sails. Okay. And then here is the other card we did, and we used the folder that gave us the waves in this part of the design. That is the cloud cover. Here, the cloud is in the one of the dies from this stamp set in the bundle. You got two different size clouds. You got two different sailboats there. Now, again, we did not use this one for stamping tonight. So if you're watching, picking up, we didn't use this one as our projects. I will have projects coming on this one, okay? I just got it. I love it. I don't know why I didn't get it right away. But here we are. This ribbon twine is still, the red and white twine is still available in our online store. Real red. And then here's one of the ovals that's in the framed scenes. And then the lighthouse. I just thought that went really nicely together. Okay, so there's that. And then here's one I made using the folder, and I just did a little bit of coloring with that, outlining the embossed boat. And but yeah, this is embossed. See the embossing? The whole front of the card is embossed, and then I used some coloring techniques. Oh, that came undone there. Anyway, the red twine around the best wishes. And that's the samples that I have. I didn't forget. Here's my swap. The other ones are in the other room. But look at this, and this is using the Real Red two-tone cardstock, the new glass and glass and floral embossing folder. This is the glass. I don't know if you can see there. You can see the embossed part of it. And then, of course, this is one of the new flower folders. I don't know the name of it, but I love it because I love flowers. You guys, if you watch me very long, you know I love flowers. But that would be my swap. And again, the other ones are in the other room, so I'd have to run and go grab those. That is what I have for you this evening. Let me pull in the cards that we created this evening. Here are the two cards that I created for you, and I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope that you will be able to recreate them, and that you'll make something that makes you happy. Thank you guys. Thank you. Just looking at your comments, I sure appreciate that. I'm glad that you're here. I will be back next week for sure. Lord willing, nothing crazy happens. You know, best laid plans always seem to have something come out of it, right? But that's my plan, and I'm hoping to have some really cool stuff for you. Working on getting all the classes out for this month, and I guess that's probably the biggest step that I have left in this week. Let me turn back around here so I can say thank you again for being here and spending the evening for a little while with me. You guys have a fabulous rest of your evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. I just appreciate that you stopped by. That's it. You guys have a fabulous week until I see you next time. All right. Bye-bye. Blessings.